BBC Hooniverse.
You're watching the TGM production.
Hello and welcome to a brand new discussion video. Today we're going to be discussing the future of Coal Hill or Coal Hill Academy. I can't remember if it was just a regular school or an academy, but the title will be able to tell us all. Yes. Now, the last time we saw Coal Hill, if memory serves me correct, serve me correct please, memory, is in 2016 with Class. I've already said how confusing Class was because none of those kids were in the series when Clara Oswald worked at Coal Hill, right? We had this relationship with Coal Hill for a while where we got to grips of who the kids were. We got to know who the teachers were. And then we got a spin-off from that. And none of the kids are there. None of the teachers are there. There's a vague memory of Clara Oswald on the board. That's being the teacher there. But there's no, information about the sense of what else is happening. So we never get the information of where are those kids been. Because clearly you would have seen those kids in the main series. I know that Torchwood Class were 15, so they were trying to sort of give it more of an edge, and if you had those kids from the main series, it would have meant that families would have tried to watch it, which my family did, because I wanted to watch Class, so we all watched it together. So it's one of those things. I never actually tried to watch anything off the in that sort of iPlayer sense on the TV before, so it was my first television experience watching the BBC iPlayer. Not my first experience watching the iPlayer. No, I am not that young. And so it became this thing where you're trying to go, right, so I see these kids. What do I do now? What now? What now? What else for now? And it's like, well, that's a good spin-off, but the Doctor being in it, and Coal Hill are the only two things that connect it. Because none of the kids and that woman never worked there. Unless there's more detail in the audios. Ooh. Anywho. Now, since 2016, there's been a lot of changes. But what has happened to Coal Hill since? Well, the answer to that question is nobody knows. Yes. I'm telling the truth now. Nobody knows because Coal Hill has disappeared. Obviously, we hadn't seen Coal Hill for years before they brought it back to get Clara to work there, just before the 50th. Just before the 50th and during the 50th. So having that connection with Coal Hill in the 50th worked really well because it was celebrating 50 years of Doctor Who, and that was the closest, that and the opening scenes were the two closest connections to classic Who. And I think that the future of Coal Hill is, I know that Class was never coming back. Could we bring the characters back, though? Tone them down to make them into the family Doctor Who characters rather than their 15 counterparts, or will people hate that? So if you bring them in to be like Coal Hill College, so it's, so let's say, I don't know, I'm trying to think now. Millie Gibson as Ruby Sunday. She's now a college tutor. And she's worked at Coal Hill College. And the kids from there, but they'll be at university, won't they? Coal Hill University. I don't know. I don't know if Coal Hill. I never knew this, so I might be wrong. I might be way off the mark here, but I don't know if Coal Hill's actually the name of the place, because some schools are named after the roads they're on, or the area that they're in, or a church that they're near. So I don't know if Coal Hill is in that realm. I think we'll find out at some point. Or I could just look that up. I don't know. I don't know. So, to sort of wrap up this film, is what I call it, we're going to talk about the fact that the future could be that we could have a future character appear in it, or we could have some like Susan Twist evil villain thing where she like Susan Twist, who's become all nicey now, actually isn't all nicey. It's an undercover form to be the evil villain, and she kidnaps Susan Foreman and takes her back to Coal Hill and destroys the world from within Coal Hill. That could happen. Unlikely, but could happen. But I do think that the future for Coal Hill isn't really that bright, and anything could really happen. Not all of it positive, it seems. But on that note, I shall leave this discussion there. What do you think will happen to Coal Hill in the future? Let me know in the comments down wherever you're watching this. And if you're watching this on YouTube, there'll be 3 links in the description. Well, 2 links and 1 mention in the description. Top line is to say that the theme tune for this channel is created by Darlekium, an excellent composer here on the internet. The second link will be to my Doctor Who Earthbound multimedia spin-off series that's got its own YouTube channel, Time Hoppers. And the final link will be to my website, Tom Mason, where you can find discussions, reviews, stand-up, sitcoms, sketch shows, character comedy, Doctor Who fan series including Doctor Who Earthbound, Who Honore, Who's School, and Whovian News, and much, much more. The website gets updated all the time with new sections, new areas, new looks, new designs, as I improve my skills of web designing to try and get a website that's as good and as amazing as Toby Hadoke's website, where Toby Hadoke has all of his things laid out neatly, perfectly, and amazingly. So hopefully one day my website will be as good as his. I also recommend you go and listen to Toby Hadoke's Time Travel podcast, because there's an excellent, cracking clip of audio of David Tennant panicking over trying to find out 17 missing stories he'll want to return if he was at a car boot sale and found them all. But more on that if you listen to Toby Hadoke's podcast. But it's just funny listening to David Tennant panic and then re-record it afterwards going, I've messed up, oh no! So, what do you think is going to happen to Coal Hill in the future? My suggestion would be bring it back and sort of develop it in a way that you don't need a spin-off at the end of it, but you could just have a through line through a series where the events take place in Coal Hill, but it takes the Doctor till episode 3 to work out that's where the epicenter of the problem is. Bye-bye. Don't forget to subscribe to the official Tom Mason YouTube channel.